Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Shazwani binti Kamaruddin. My matric number is 2022449446.
My name is Nura Atira Nabila binti Natri and my student ID is 2022896034.
I am Murida Haiba binti Jeffrey, student ID 2022618508.
My name is Nurul Fatih Ayuni binti Adnan. Matric numbers is 2022487044.
My name is Nur Narana binti Ramli and my matric number is 2022619842.
So here I am here to talk about our introduction. The pandemic affected many countries such as countries from the east, west, north and even in the south of the world, especially in the domestic economic sector. This is due to the sharp increases in demand for medical supplies for ongoing emergency treatment for COVID-19 patients. This assignment assigned us to do research on how the pandemic of COVID-19 affect the macroeconomic problems in the country. Besides, we researched about how the problem solved. For me, we need to know and more concerned with all the overall performance of the economy to prevent the bigger scope of economics. This is because macroeconomics examine the determination of the overall levels of economic activity such as unemployment, aggregate income, average price, inflation and international trade.
So today I want to talk about background of country in Indonesia. Indonesia is the world's largest archipelago located between mainland Southeast Asia and Australia and between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Indonesia borders Malaysia on the island of Borneo, Papua New Guinea on the island of Papua and East Timor on the island of Timor. Then the total population of Indonesia according to the 2018 census was 265,764,970 million people. The Indonesian population is divided into two groups. The western part of Indonesia is mostly ethnic Malays and the eastern part of Indonesia is ethnic Papuans. In addition, there is also a small immigrant population of ethnic Chinese, Indians and Arabs. But the majority of the Indonesian population profess Islam, 70% according to the 2018 census, and the rest are Christian, 10.72%, Hindus 1.74%, Buddhists 0.74%, and so on. After that, the sector economy in Indonesia are black gold, oil palm, tobacco, metals, gold and silver. Firstly, black gold, which is known as rubber. It was a major source of foreign exchange in the past and is now the second largest producer after Malaysia. Second is oil palm. The area of oil palm plantation in Indonesia has expanded rapidly. Third, tobacco. The tobacco plantation area was 198,000 hectares in 1979 with 92% of it planted by smallholder at the time. Then metals. Gold and silver are produced by PT Aneka Tambang in South Banten and copper in Papua. Last but not least, the national income in Indonesia is tax revenue. Tax revenue is one of the source of state revenue in supporting the availability of funds in the state treasury. In Indonesia, taxes are divided into two according to their authority, namely central taxes and local taxes. Central tax is a type of tax collected and managed by the central government through the Directorate General of Tax (DGT), while local tax are a type of tax that is collected and managed by local government through the Regional Revenue Service or related agencies.
In December 2019, COVID-19 was first discovered in Wuhan, China. This highly contagious virus quickly spread globally, causing several health impacts and disrupting economies. Indonesia has been significantly affected by the pandemic, with over 4.1 million confirmed cases and 137,000 deaths recorded as of October 2021. The health crisis has created a profound impact on the country's socio-economic landscape. To address the challenge posed by the pandemic, the Indonesian government implemented stricter restrictions on travel and gathering. These measures aim to control the spread of the virus and safeguard public health. In conjunction with the restriction, the government also intensified its vaccination efforts. By October 2021, over 126 million doses of Sinovac, AstraZeneca, and Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine were administered to the public. Vaccination served as a critical tool in mitigating the effect of the pandemic. Inflation, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, presents significant challenge to economies worldwide. The Indonesian government effort to control the virus and stabilize the economy through restrictions and vaccination as crucial step in addressing this issue. Implementing effective monetary policy remains essential to managing inflationary pressure and promoting long-term economic well-being. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, various sectors have been directly affected by restrictions imposed to control the spread of the virus. Sectors such as tourism, hospitality, and retail have experienced a sharp decline in employment. The closure of business and reduced working hours have had a significant impact on employment opportunity. Many companies were forced to lay off employees or reduce their workforce, leading to job loss and reduced income for individuals. As a result of this challenge, the employment rate in Indonesia increased from 5.28% in February 2020 to 7.07% in August 2020. As a result of this challenge, the unemployment rate in Indonesia increased from 5.28% in February 2020 to 7.07% in August 2020, reaching the highest level in a decade. This sharp rise in unemployment further add to the economic burden faced by individuals and families. However, there have been some signs of recovery in the employment situation. By February 2021, the unemployment rate has decreased to 6.26%. While this is a positive development, there is still a long way to go to restore pre-pandemic employment levels. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a profound impact on employment, leading to job loss and economic uncertainties. While there are signs of recovery, efforts to restore employment levels and support individual and business must continue. Government initiative, adaptations, and reskilling programs are essential in navigating this challenging time and building a resilient workforce.
Impact of coronavirus pandemic in inflation is disinflation usually occurs when the economy is growing rapidly. High income is great when employment opportunities are high. High employment opportunities create high income levels and in turn lead to spending that exceeds the economy's ability to produce goods and services. This excessive spending will cause inflation. Apart from during times when the economy is growing rapidly, demand-pull inflation can also occur when there is continuous political instability or during times of war. In times like this, the government spends far more than the tax is collects. To finance the excess spending, the government is forced to print or borrow from the central bank. Excessive government spending causes aggregate demand to exceed the economy's ability to provide goods and services. Eventually, this situation will create inflation. Cost-push inflation occurs due to an increase in production costs caused by an increase in commodity price regulated by the government, administered price depreciation of the exchange rate, negative supply shocks due to natural disasters, distribution disruptions, and the impact of foreign inflation, especially in trading partner countries. In addition, extreme weather events are likely to have the most significant impact on the agriculture sector, especially for food crops. COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted the inflation pattern in Indonesia. Until July 2020, Indonesia has experienced inflation of minus 0.1% or core deflation. This deflation is certainly unusual because it occurs 2 months after the Ramadan period, which ends in May 2020. The impact of pandemic in unemployment is when someone in the labor force wants to get a job but has not been able to get one. A person who is not working but is not actively looking for work is not classified as unemployed. Unemployment can occur due to an imbalance in the labor market. This shows that the amount of labor supply exceeds the amount of labor demanded. Menki 2006. According to Seguino 2020, unemployment is a situation where someone included in the labor force wants to get a job but has not got one yet. The main factor causing unemployment is the lack of aggregate spending. Entrepreneurs produce goods and services intending to make a profit, but these profits will be obtained if they can sell the goods and services they produce. The greater the demand, the greater the goods and services they create. The increase in production will increase the use of labor. If you want to see the affordability of workers' employment opportunities, use the open unemployment rate formula. Open unemployment is the percentage of the population who are looking for work, who are preparing for a business, which are not looking for work because they feel it is impossible to get a job, who already have a job but have not started working from a number of the existing labor force.
And the last part that I'll present to you is ways to overcome the problem of inflation and unemployment rates in Indonesia. During the pandemic era, Indonesia has recorded 681,1057 cases of COVID-19 us become the second highest country in Southeast Asia. Because of that, it affected macroeconomic problems like inflation and unemployment. For the past 2 or 3 years, the rate has increased. So the government has done everything to recover the rate from continuous increase. For instance, strengthening the country's public policy. As you can see in the slide, there are two main policies that are happening in Indonesia, which is monetary policies and fiscal policies. Monetary policies is the government's effort to control or direct the macroeconomics toward the desired condition by regulating the money supply. It is handled by the Central Bank of Indonesia. One of the ways that they did to overcome the problem is injecting liquidity into the finance sector, especially in banking. Liquidity injection, also known as QE, is given the limited depth of secondary market financial assets in emerging market economies (EMEF). Within that, it can reduce the inflation rate in the country. Furthermore, the Central Bank of Indonesia also provides short-term liquidity loans to both systematic and non-systematic banks. Without realize, it helps the sector, especially small businesses, in their finances while enduring the impact of COVID-19. Other than that, the government also uses fiscal policies. What is fiscal policies? Fiscal policies is policy or rule taken by the government regarding expenditure and government income to improve economic conditions. It includes taxes and expenditure. The government will revise and rearrange the tax revenue target made by APBN, also known as Anggaran Pendapatan dan Belanja Negara. When the pandemic happened, the tax revenue, the target that APBN set is very high during the pandemic era, so the government will revise and rearrange it. For instance, we made a change in income tax that stated if the employee was previously deducted from income tax under Article 21 for income, the employee required the income tax deduction for 21 from April to September 2020. It will help the employee to still work and get enough salary despite the pandemic. During the pandemic, many of employees who lost their job because of the short money that the company make, so they decided to cut off some employees. So within this policy, it will help the employees to still get work and can get income for their expenses. And in addition, it will reduce unemployment rates in the country. So to sum up, the Indonesian government has made their best job in handling this situation despite of COVID-19 pandemic.